Okay. Looks like we're live. Looks like we're live right now. We are live. So, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Doggie Diamonds, Doggie Diamonds TV. That's what you're tuned into right now. You're tuned into Doggie Diamonds TV. You know why you're here? Because you clicked that bell after you subscribed and you knew I was going live and you got the notification that I was going live. So you came here. Shout out to MREC for the Paper Chasers hat. And you're here with me right now. So shout out to everybody who's here. Shout out to everybody who's going to come here. Shout out to everybody who's going to watch on the playback. Shout out to the love. Shout out to the people who donate via Super Chat. Shout out to people who send money to the Cash App. Shout out to people who send the money via PayPal. Whatever you do. Shout out to the people who've been buying the merch. Shout out to you too. Shout out to everybody who supports. Shout out to everybody who's been listening to the podcast audio on iTunes, Spotify, and all the streaming platforms that I'm on. So this was a topic that I felt like I wanted to cover. Why did I want to cover this topic? Because it seems like these dudes are the most talked about guys in hip hop. Entertainment, not for good reasons though. It's just they're very, very disliked. Is some of the dislike warranted? I'll let you be the judge after we speak tonight. Is some of it unwarranted? I'll let you be the judge after we speak tonight. Do some people just jump on the bandwagon of, yeah, I don't like them because this person don't like them? Yeah. Do some people ignore some of the things that's going on and maybe they should speak out? Yeah. But we're going to get into it. So, who should we start with first? I think I want to start with Diddy first, because I think that's a little longer timeline to cover, mainly because he was more successful first. He had a very long run, and his rise to fame was, I didn't see it coming. It was a little weird how it happened, but now he's here. And they both billionaires, I might add. They're both billionaires. So, yeah. So, when we deal with Diddy, I first heard of Diddy when I heard of somebody named Puff Daddy. And I was always like, what's a Puff Daddy? Like, somebody name is Puff Daddy? Like, what is that? Puff Daddy? Who call themselves Puff Daddy? But this was around the time of the City College incident. So I heard what happened at City College. There was a stampede. People were trampled. People lost their lives. And Puff Daddy promoted the concert. The money was allegedly missing. That was made. And people lost their lives. So that's the first time I heard of Puff Daddy. So I still was like, Puff Daddy? Like, y'all really call a grown man Puff Daddy? Not saying my name is, a biblical name or anything like that, but Puff Daddy though, I just got a problem calling another man daddy. So for the people who, make fun of my name, whatever. It is what it is. I could break down my name. I could tell you where my name derives from. I don't know about Puff Daddy. But nevertheless, then we started seeing this guy come on the scene more and more. I seen him in Father MC Treat Them Like They Want to Be Treated video dancing, but I didn't know that was him. I didn't know that was him until later on we found out that he was the dancer in the video. Cool. It's not the daddy part, really, because we did have Big Daddy Kane, Granddaddy IU, Daddy-O, but it was just the Puff Daddy. It didn't transfer well. Puff Daddy. I had a problem with Big Daddy Kane, too. I ain't calling no man Big Daddy. So I just called him Kane. But let me stay on track, y'all, in the chat room. So we started seeing this man emerge, um, and was young, fiery, um, and he definitely was just was in the industry, and you could just see he was hungry. You can see that he was, making moves, and a lot of people was giving him credit. Puffy this, Puffy this, Puffy that, Puffy this. Puffy was doing this, Puffy was doing that. Uptown Records was always a big label for I wouldn't say like hip hop R&B, but yeah, like hip hop R&B. They never really had no hardcore hip hop on Uptown. It was always like, Heavy D type stuff, Father MC stuff. But Uptown did what they did, and then when the emergence of Mary J. Blige came, his name was tied to that project. Classic project, classic project, groundbreaking project. So he was a part of things that were big in hip hop, that was, and it was like an emergent energy. It was a new energy that was coming in the game. And, it was just this new energy. We it's like we were put on alert that this guy Puff Daddy was somebody to look at. I mean, before that we had Russell Simmons. Andre Harrell was a mogul, but he never was a flashy mogul. We didn't really know much about him. Puffy was the first one to be like all in the videos, all on the but he did that, so he emerged. Mary J. Blige came out, and then we seen Jodeci. Then we started seeing all of these successful acts coming out of this building, and it was being credited to this guy. So whether we liked him or not, it was a lot of records being sold, and it was being credited to this guy. Then in my neighborhood, I knew him as Fat Chris first. Then he became Biggie Smalls. Then he became Notorious B.I.G. to y'all, but he said he was messing with Puff, and I was like, what Puff? He was like, Puff Daddy, and he's starting a new, he's signing to Uptown Records. So that was when Big was first supposed to sign to Uptown. I always thought it was kind of weird because I didn't see his name was supposed to be Biggie Smalls, the Teflon Don. That was, so I didn't really understand how he would fit into the Uptown system with the type of rap that I knew he was going to do. Then he was on the Real Love remix with Daddy-O. So when he's like, look up in the sky, it's a bird, I was like, okay, they're going to try to have him kind of like a Heavy D wave. So I was like, it might work. But I know Big, he had, street hard raps. So I didn't really see how it was going to work in Uptown. Moving forward, he gets fired from Uptown. Bad Boy Records emerge. Now you got this Big Mac thing. Now you got Biggie leading the forefront. And it was always weird to me because I felt like Biggie got the push initially, but Craig Mack was kind of like the forgotten guy that we got. Biggie, Biggie. He's from Brooklyn. The whole hood was with him. But Craig Mack had the initial success out the gate. Juicy was cool, but Flavor in Your Ear was a smash. So Juicy didn't do what Flavor in Your Ear did, and I feel like Flavor in Your Ear built and put the money, created the money to push Biggie, for Biggie to be successful. Because I don't know if y'all know how record labels work. When somebody's successful, they take the money from that and put it into the next project. So Craig Mack blew up. you know. Um, but I felt like they felt like Biggie was supposed to be the star of the label. And I don't disagree with that, but this is what I feel like they feel. So I always felt like Craig Mack kind of got slighted when it came to Bad Boy. I always felt like Craig Mack, he wasn't the face of Bad Boy, even though he kind of set it off. Then another factor that we don't really talk about is the production of Easy Mo B. Easy Mo B made Flavor in Your Ear beat. Easy Mo B made Flavor in Your Ear. And when Flavor in Your Ear came out, that was a different sound, because that was the first time I heard somebody do a drum programming like that, where the open hi-hat fell on a different bar. It didn't make no sense to me, but it had a swing. And then the visuals for that, whoo, that Flavor in Your Ear video was incredible. You know what I'm saying? Incredible. But Juicy, that's a lot of people's favorite songs. You know, people say Juicy is their favorite song, and I get it, I understand. But I think I didn't really like Big Papa. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. To some people that was would be blasphemous. I know they love Big Papa, but I thought Big Papa was, I didn't like the synth sound in it, and I didn't like the throw the hands in your air if you a true player. It was a star-studded video. I think Biggie came into his own with One More Chance remix. That's when he was like, okay, this guy, that was the dude that I knew was gonna be. This is when I was like, okay, now y'all gonna meet the guy who I knew he was gonna be. But let's keep going. So Craig Mack is there. Craig Mack blew the label up to me. Easy Mo B production blew the label up. Craig Mack album comes out. I used to love Get Down. He did Get Down too. Get Down is incredible. Easy Mo B did Get Down, incredible. So Easy Mo B is all over Biggie's album. Warning. The What with Method Man. It's many other records. I'm not going to get into all the thing but you know, the Bad Boy, the Big Mac, the picket signs, all the marketing they did was genius. It was genius. It was genius. And you know, they're successful. And as they're doing this, he did, you know, he did Mary joints. He did the Jodeci joints. He started doing remixes. So he started getting credit as a producer. Now, I used to feel a way, because me being a producer at the time, I'm in the crib making beats. I'm in the crib touching, you know, hitting the SP200 and 950, digging for samples. But I heard he never touched the equipment. So I used to be like, so how he a producer then? That was the miseducation of a lot of us. Because we thought the producer was the beat maker. That's not necessarily true. A producer could be a beat maker, but that doesn't mean the beat maker, the producer doesn't always have to make the beat. The producer has to make the song and produce the song to the make the song. So you could come in, you could arrange vocals, you could change sound, you could do different things, and you can get producer credit. For example, when you look at Quincy Jones didn't play every instrument on, you know, Michael Jackson stuff and many things, but he was the producer. He was the person that put the song together. Barry White, Isaac Hayes, I could go on and on. So they were producers. James Brown, they were producers, but they didn't play all the instruments on the song. I just found out Eddie Van Halen played the guitar and beat it. I never knew that. Never knew that. Shout out to I gave you power 617 for the donation. No man has gotten rich without doing devil's work from time to time. The balance of negative energy and positive energy determine the outcome. We're going to get into that. So, the beat banker, hip hop became, if you didn't make the beat, you didn't produce the song. It became the super producer. So then you had the Kanye's coming. Then you had the Timberlands coming. Then you had the you know, these guys that go in there and they make the beat and they got called producers. So now the super producers, the Swizz Beats. But it's some beats where Swizz Beats didn't play the bass. It's some, you know, it's some beats where Dr. Dre didn't do anything. He might have came in and Puff Daddy did. This is just the truth. This Scott Storch might have been on the keys. Melman might have did the drum program, and Dre might have came in and mixed and changed some stuff around, and he's the producer. Just is what it is. Hip hop is the only genre where the producer is supposed to do everything. So if he didn't do everything, he's not a producer. That's not true. So, you know, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. And I never looked at him as a producer because he didn't touch the machines. But when I got corrected on that doesn't mean he's not a producer, then I was like, wow, okay, I stand corrected. So he started getting production credits everywhere. And I think people were a little annoyed because we started seeing him too much. And I felt like he was forcing himself on us. He was forcing himself in the videos. He was forcing himself on the songs. He took like Pete Rock ad libs, the ad libs that Pete Rock used to do on the you know, Pete Rock and CL Smooth projects and everything, and he started doing that. That's right. He started doing a little talking in the back, and it started, to me, it was annoying. But come to find out, it was something that Biggie asked him to do. So he was doing what his man asked him to do. Also, Big alleged, but I never really heard Big say this, but allegedly Big asked him to get on stage with him also and perform with him. I never liked it. Me personally, I never liked it. And I remember my cousin Jay, shout out to my cousin Jay. I forgot something that Puff did, and I was like, yo, he's going to rap. He was like, rap? Why would he rap? I said, yo, he want to be a rapper, man. I said, look at his energy. Look how he carry himself. He wants to rap. He wants to be the artist. He want to rap. And I remember them, people saying, nah, he not gonna rap. And then lo and behold, he started rapping. And I just think it was just a point where we were just annoyed by him. But then they came in with this energy, and he had a lot of success with his name. He had a lot of success with his name. He and then he started bringing other people into Bad Boy. So you see, because on the Super Cat joint, you had Third Eye. Then on the Super Cat joint where he rhymed, that's when it's funny, if you look at the afro, the dude with the afro on the Super Cat video, that's my cousin Jay I'm talking about. Even when Biggie says Super Cat passed the Glock, I just, I'm gonna keep quiet on who Glock that really was, but it wasn't Biggie's and Super Cat. Let's just say that. But yeah, when he said Super Cat passed the Glock, that wasn't Biggie Glock or Super Cat's Glock. So we'll just we'll leave that right there. So my cousin Jay is in the video. One of the stipulations of him being in the video was Puffy wanted him to take his hair out. He had the big afro. Look at Dolly My Baby video. So in this video, he's rhyming like Third Eye, but he sounds like Sonny Caesar from Onyx. So when I heard him, he had the bald head. Remember Jesse West, Third Eye used to sound a lot like he used to sound like Jesse West was nice too, was a dope producer, but that's when Onyx was bubbling. So a lot of people had that bald head yelling sound, that comes from the youngsters too. You know what I'm saying? So the youngsters was a part of that sound also. The aggressive bald headed rappers. That was the youngsters too. But it was so many groups that emerged. You had groups called what they name was the Mad Balls. It was like, but nevertheless, Puffy was on that song. So this was the first. So, and then Big verse. I love it when you call me Big Papa. The show, you know what I'm saying? He murdered that. You know what I'm saying? So here we go with that. Now he's rapping. Fast forward. One More Chance remix video. Star-studded. No, Run DMC started doing that after Onyx. Yeah, they definitely, because they did that ooh, what you gonna do? Never let a punk get away with murder. Buckshot, buckshot, all you heard. I thought that was an Onyx song. I'm gonna keep it real with you. If you listen to it, that's an Onyx, right? I think Onyx wrote that whole record. But let's keep moving. He's rapping. He's all over he's all over everything now. So then the Bad Boy thing starts to get bigger. They start adding people. Here comes the Locks. Here comes Black Rob. Here comes G Dep, which according to Black Rob, G Dep was his artist. So here comes G Dep. Here comes the Lock. Here comes G Dep. Craig Mack is there. And they got a staff now. Faith is there. They got a crew. Puff Daddy and the family. Cause within that, he gets a little bit of the Little Kim vibe from Biggie. So that's why he did the No Time with he's on a No Time with with Little Kim. You know what I'm saying? He gets some of that too. So it's they're very successful. Mace is there too. I can't forget Mace. And then Craig Mack Total, you can run them down regardless of what. This is a successful record label. Carl Thomas, yes, Carl Thomas is there. So it's successful. Then stuff start getting a little weird over there. So you have this East Coast, West Coast thing. By this time, Craig Mack is gone. We don't know what happened with Craig Mack. I really, me personally, I don't know how anybody else feel about it. Before he died, Craig Mack is like one of my favorite artists as far as like the way he put his stuff together. Not because he's like some super lyrical dude. Not that because he could rap the best and nothing like that. I just like the way Craig Mack sounded, Before that, it was a friction with Easy Mo B that I didn't like, because Mo B is like, like an older brother to me. And I don't like the way they did Easy Mo B. Forgive me, Mo B, but I remember a time where Mo B told me he saw Biggie and the whole crew and they walked right past him and didn't say nothing to him. And I was like, what? He said, yo, they all walked right past me, acting like they didn't see me and say nothing to me. I was like, wow. Like, why? So, that's how close me and Easy Mo B is. They walked past him and didn't say nothing to him. And I felt like he was so a part of the success of Bad Boy. But then you had the Hitman emerging. And I don't know about y'all. I wasn't really too big on the shiny suit thing. I didn't really like it. I didn't really like the hip hop pop records. I didn't really like it, but I understood why I was winning. It was winning in the clubs. I wanted more Wu-Tang. I wanted more Duck Down. I wanted that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted more. I was more into underground. But then I understood how that changed the sound of hip hop, but it was really emulating the West Coast. It really was. And I remember Biggie recorded Warning in my crib. The microphone's around here somewhere too, but Biggie recorded Warning in my crib. He recorded a demo version of Warning with a different beat. The beat was different. It was the same loop, but the drums were different. And he asked me for like 6 vocal tracks. So when he asked me for 6 vocal tracks, I was like, why do he want so many tracks? I mean, you do your main, you do your ad lib, you do your hype track, then you might do a double. So I took the Warning beat that he had on a tape, put it in, I had a Tascam 688 board, put it in the board. No, I looped it on the S950 and just looped it over and over. If anybody knows the beat, that's Isaac Hayes' Walk On By. And he has some drums on it. So he rhymed and we hooked the mic up and he just said, who the hell is this? Paging me. But when he did the main vocals, he went back in there and he did these dragging ad-libs. He did these dragging ad-libs. And I remember telling my cousin, because originally one of my cousins, Biggie had the, damn, why she want to stick me for my paper? He had my cousin say that because my cousin had a deep voice. My cousin didn't write it. He was trying to take credit for that in the hood. He's a liar. But Biggie wrote that. But my cousin said it on the demo version that I had in the house. So when he asked for all these tracks, Big started doing these ad-libs. Who the hell is this? Paging me 540. And I was like, and I remember him doing it. And I said, yo, why you trying to sound like Tupac? I'm no lie. This is 1993. And I said, yo, he trying to sound like Tupac. Why he doing them? Why he dragging his voice? Why he doing the ad-libs like that? Even when he did Machine Gun Funk, I was like, huh? Why, well, you want to be hardcore with the hat to the back? But I was like, nah, that ain't Big. Because even if you listen to the music is very West Coast sounding. So I used to be like, why he doing that? I used to be like, why he rhyming like that? So again, when One More Chance remix came out, I was happy because that was him. I feel like before that, he was very Tupac influenced. He was, a lot of stuff he was doing sounded like Pac. That was his man. So I ain't mad at it, but I was just saying I knew him personally and I knew he could rap crazy. And Biggie had different phases of people that he sounded, because he sounded like Chubb Rock at one point. When I first met him, he rhymed just like Chubb Rock. But Chubb Rock was so big from Brooklyn. So Chubb Rock was, and then he sounded like Heavy D. Then he sounded like Tupac on some songs. He sounded like Tupac on some songs to me. So, but when he did Warning, I didn't understand why he did all those tracks. Machine Gun Funk, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Even the Baby, that's something him and Tupac used to say. I didn't know who originated it. Then we heard the Brat saying it. But let me keep going. We gotta get back to Diddy. It ain't got nothing to do with Big. But nevertheless, Biggie was and is an exceptional artist, exceptional lyricist, and the way they did his legacy, I don't like the way they chopped and screwed a lot of his vocals. I don't, when I hear a song, I heard that song, I don't want to hear him on Loving You Tonight with Ashanti. I just didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't like that, but regardless to what, he still was an incredible artist, still from the borough. Yeah, I thought King T was trying to sound like Biggie after a while. But okay, somebody who keep saying the same thing, you talk too much, I'm going to get you out of here because you said that once and you said it twice and then you're trying to be cute. So let me just get you up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the microphone that I recorded Warning on is actually around here somewhere. I showed it before. I showed it a few times, but this is documented. If you look at my interview with Little Kim right on this channel, she'll tell you that they started in my crib. This is a fact. So, you know, a lot of people be trying to say, yo, I knew Big. I'd be like, yo, I never even saw you in my hood before. And I was outside, you know what I'm saying? And Big probably had me by like 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? But I was outside. So a lot of people, you know, the issue with Biggie is him passing. There's a lot of people who try to you know, attach themselves to that. They frauding and fronting. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's keep going. So Big is a success. He didn't talk to Easy Mo B. I didn't like the way they slighted Easy Mo B. So I automatically started becoming anti Bad Boy. Cause Mo B was, you know, Mo B was like my mentor. Mo B used to come to my crib and I'm in there making beats and this guy got platinum records and he would hear my beats and say, yo, you just inspired me to go make a beat. I'm like, word? Here we go. Mo B calling my phone. I sell house phone numbers. This is before cell phone. I ain't had no cell phone. I was a little dude. I ain't even had no beeper. I house phone was off by 2 numbers. So you know, Mo B, you know, like I said, I've always had love for Mo B. So I heard Puff was kind of behind that, slighting Mo B because he didn't want to be a hitman. And I felt like he never really got his credit for what he did for Bad Boy. So I didn't really like them. Then we have the start of this East Coast, West Coast thing. And it was pretty easy for me because I'm from Brooklyn. I'm not going against Brooklyn. I mean, you know, I haven't spoke to Big in years. But at the end of it all, yo, I'm Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I'm Brooklyn. I'm not going against Brooklyn, but I started seeing little stuff that I was like, hold on. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. So what I didn't really understand also was a lot of these questions are not being answered. So let's skip and fast forward. I love anybody who know me could tell you my favorite music is West Coast music. That's my favorite music. I just love the way the sound was just crazy. The sound was crazy. I love the West Coast music. So I mean, how could you not like the Dog Pound? How could you not like Snoop? How could you not love all that? So the thing was, even though I'm not talking about I'm just talking about on a street level. Big is from my neighborhood. We're from, you know, I could show you a picture of us on my corner I was probably like 12. You know what I'm saying? We're all from the same. That's why when you see the interview with C Gutter is with me. You know what I'm saying? The interview with Little Kim, Little C's early, and this is from my hood. You know what I'm saying? So of course I'm going to ride with my hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ride with my hood. If my hood is fighting, I'm fighting too. But I did love the West Coast music, as many of us did. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be fronting if you sit here, because I remember Big and them studying the Chronic and studying Doggy Style. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? And Dr. Dre is Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre is Dr. Dre. And one of my favorite artists, top 5 artists of all time, is Ice Cube. Let me keep going though. So this East Coast, West Coast thing happened, and there's so many questions that's not answered, that's still not answered to this day. They're still not answered. Craig Mack is gone. Big gets killed. And we start seeing a lot of things falling apart over there. You know what I'm saying? We start seeing a lot of things fall apart over there. But as things are falling apart, you know, Sean goes to jail. Big dies. Mace retires. Total. We don't know what happened with them. Loon. We don't know what happens with him. making the band. We don't know what happens with them. None of the groups, none of the artists that was on Bad Boy, we don't know what happened to them. And then the guy Mark Curry comes out with a book. So that kind of was like, okay, we starting to learn different things about, because nobody speaks against Puffy and Jay-Z. 112, out of here. So let's just say everybody who was on Bad Boy is out of here. And strangely, almost everybody who left became religious. So I did it's on this channel in 2015, because I know everybody be talking about how they go live and go live. I was going live in 2015. I just wasn't consistent because I couldn't be. I asked if Diddy always talks about God, what kind of God he deals with, because everybody else went to religion, but they ain't stay with him. So Loon, Muslim, Mace, Christian pastor, Shine, a small hat. Craig Mack was in like some religious cult. So I'm like, how they all become religions, but this dude thanks God and everything and but they ain't with him. So then it was like, yo, hold on, man. Does this dude ruin everything that he touched? Does he have, what is it about him that everything that comes in contact with him fails or dies but him? Biggie didn't have his publishing originally. If you look at old interviews, Biggie said he wanted to start a clothing line and open a restaurant. Old interviews. Who did that? He wanted to start a clothing line. It's called Brooklyn Mint. And he wanted to open a restaurant. Who did that? Then Biggie had Little C's. Now, shout out to Mace. I'm not comparing them as far as an artist, because Mace is incredible. My favorite Harlem rapper. Whatever, you know, people could argue with me that, but that's my favorite Harlem rapper. But I seen the similarities. It seemed like C's was Big's sidekick. So Diddy wanted to have his sidekick. They even had, I used to like, yo, they go to the same barber. They got like the same shape up. C's and Mace. It just is what it is. C's used to be dancing and smiling. Mace was doing the same thing. I'm not saying that anybody copied anybody, but I'm just saying the similarities was just there. So then Bad Boy is just over with. But this guy has a bunch of money. Some people dead. Some people religious cults. Some people we don't even know where they're at. We have no idea where they're at. But as everybody else met their demise, this guy starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I used to be like, why? I didn't know what he did behind the scenes, so I'm not going to disrespect him and say that he didn't do certain things, but I didn't know why he was getting bigger and bigger. And I'm talking about Puff. And the thing was, when you get bigger, you start getting power. And one thing I don't like about powerful people is I don't like it when people start bowing down to them, and then they get to a point where they can't do no wrong, and people watch them do people wrong and do wrong stuff, and nobody wants to say anything or do anything. That's the problem that I have. So I think Red Cafe was Bad Boy at one point. Craig Mack, remember Craig Mack disappeared. Then he came back. And did the Special Delivery remix. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, Mark Curry wrote the book. And then I think Mark Curry apologized years later. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if he did or not, but I think he apologized, which I'm not really an apology guy. If I mean something, I mean it. I can't really apologize. You know what I'm saying? Maybe at the end of it all, you know, we could move past stuff, but I'm going to feel how I feel. You know, and how it comes off, you know, too bad. But you can't, you know, slide me no money or I feel like, you know, I'm blackballed. And then, you know, then I'm apologize. Yo, you know who else was Bad Boy too? Jeezy. Jeezy was in the group Boys in the Hood. I used to love that song too. But Jeezy was Boys in the Hood, Ryan Leslie. So if you go through the history of the artist, he's the biggest star on his label of all time. He's the biggest star. Then it was the way when Big died, I just didn't. I don't think he should have did Missing You. Not saying he didn't miss him, but I didn't think he should have did Missing You. I thought somebody else should have did Missing You. I didn't think the Lox should have did We'll Always Love Big Papa. I just didn't think that. The We'll Always Love Big Papa video, I used to have a problem with the video, how it started. You see the Lox like they're upset, and Season them was smiling, looking at Hypnotized video, and I'm like, well, they acting like they knew him better than y'all did. We all from the same hood. So it always looked a little, you know, it just didn't really sit right with me. You know, whatever. So the Lox was like the first one to have the campaign. The campaign of against Big. First one's publicly. It worked. It worked. According to Sheik, Mace was supposed to be one of the members of the Lox. You could look at the interview, Sheik Luch on here. I feel like everything that Big wanted to do, Puff ended up doing it. And Junior Mafia was such Big's creation that it kind of didn't really matter what happened to them. I didn't like that either. Wonderful World of Caesar Leo was one of my favorite albums ever. He ain't got no clothes on, but I love that Wonderful World of Caesar Leo album. I love that album. So at that time, they're on Atlantic Undias, and then leaves and starts Entertainment, and now he brings Charlie Baltimore and Cameron. So now Puff is this mega star. Puff is everywhere. He's dealing with J-Lo. He's doing a lot of stuff. And I don't think the way he did a lot of people sits well with people. Now, this is the problem. And I'm going to end on Puffy. I'm not going to talk about what he did or what he didn't do, because he didn't do nothing to me. Right? He didn't do nothing to me. He don't owe me $1 and he don't owe me anything. But I will say this. I don't think he's ever sat before someone that really asked him critical questions. See, that's my problem. That's my problem. I don't care what he's a part of. It doesn't matter to me. because I don't follow rappers. I hit play and that's it. Seriously. I don't read into their life. I don't do none of that stuff. I hit play and that's it. Or I don't. I don't care what car they got. I don't care what girl they dating. I don't care about any of that. I just either hit play or I don't. I don't drink. I don't smoke. So when a person is selling a type of liquor or anything like that, that does not resonate with me. I do not care about anything besides the music. So I feel like Diddy, Puff Daddy, I feel like he's never gotten grilled before. I feel like nobody has ever asked him these critical questions. It's a lot of questions that need to be asked of him. Nobody has ever done it. People have sat before him, laughed, kikied with him, and he put himself in a position where you kind of can't ask him these questions, because if you do, you're going to lose your job. That's the part of journalism that I don't like right now, because a lot of people who call themselves journalists, they're really not journalists. They're his friends. So they're not going to ask him certain things. They're his friends. They're not going to ask him certain things. What did you have to do with the West Coast things? Did you have anything to do with it? Not saying you're going to admit certain things, but what role did you play in certain things? And you could come clean, bro. You already overachieved. You was a dancer who became a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? And I don't watch Fat Joe, so I don't know what he did. I don't think Fat Joe was a good interviewer. That's just my opinion. So I don't know if he did or he didn't. And I don't like the setting, because at the end of it all, Fat Joe was on Revolt. So I don't, I think somebody who that interviews him shouldn't have any ties to him. It should be just somebody who just a rogue interviewer like me. It ain't even got to be me. I don't care who it is, but just somebody who doesn't have any ties to him, somebody that's not gonna, kiss his ass or anything like that. That's what I think. So, it's just a lot of things that's unanswered. It's a lot of things that we don't know. It's a lot of things that we want to know that I don't feel like we really got answers to. And I think that he made it to where people are not going to ask him certain things because they're his friends, they're on his payroll, and he's a powerful person. Then another reason why people don't like him, because I'm not buying the whole black excellence thing. I'm not, come on, man. I'm not feeling the whole black excellence thing, because, to me, personally, I can't say that I ever got whiteballed. I'm pretty sure it's people who block my blessings behind the scenes. I've seen dudes make Instagram posts lying, but we'll get into that one day. I've seen all types of stuff, but at the end of it all, when it come to him, he's just in a power position. And I see people that know better, that know he did people wrong and did things that's all on his, because I don't watch any of these, I don't follow any of these dudes, but every now and then I go into my Explorer and see what's trending. And when I go in my Explorer and I see what's trending, I see people in there, kissing his ass. So the whole black excellence thing, I don't know. It just, something about it just don't sit right with me, because you can't be black excellence when it's convenient for you. You can't be black excellence when it's convenient for your little crew and your little cool table and all that. Black excellence to me is universal. It doesn't have anything to do with me. It's not mine. It's ours. You know, I have an issue with people who are billionaires and then they go dance on Instagram and try to raise money for via dancing, and you have all the money. Like, why do we keep trying to take money from the poor and unfortunate people? I'm not saying poor and unfortunate because none of us is poor, but as far as the people who have less than, why we keep trying to take from people and you have. So would I interview Puff? Yeah, I don't think it would go well though, because I just think that you probably have security in the room. You probably tell me certain things can't come out, you know, but I would really ask him critical questions, because I really think that it's critical questions that need to be asked that the public wants to know. It's not about me, but it's the public want to know certain things. Are these rumors true? This person said this person said that, this person said that. We don't have to, you know, because you're going to have some peons who come out the woodworks and say they dislike Puff, they dislike this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's story ain't valid. You know, I don't want a janitor to come say tomorrow, you know, one time he threw something on the floor after I mopped, and then to get, you know, people doing stuff. I ain't really feeling that. I think that's kind of whack. And do he owe people stuff? Maybe he does. Maybe he do owe people stuff. I don't know. He doesn't owe me anything. And I'm not interested in your story of what he owe you. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Keep it all the way a billion with you. This might sound a little crazy. Right? But if a man owes you something, and your man, not your man because he ain't your man, but if a man owes you something and he stole from you, and you're in a compromised position because this person took from you and put you in a bad situation, why are you on the internet complaining? Because I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't know if I could have a man walking around anywhere that got me messed up in the game. Because if I'm messed up in the game, I'm going to be messed up in the head. And if I'm going to be messed up in the head, I would want vengeance. Seriously, I'm not going to go start a campaign. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm going to see the person. That's just me. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that feel like, yo, if somebody took something from me and somebody, owes me, you going to try to get yours. There ain't going to be no YouTube videos. Period. We ain't doing that. I don't care who it is. If I'm destitute and you stop me from feeding my family and I'm twisted in the game, nah. I can't be making YouTube videos. That ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I gotta get a few people out the chat room because they're in here being very weird. So, you know, let them go. Let them go do something else tonight. So that's why I feel like a lot of people don't like him. A lot of people love Tupac. We don't really know what the relation between Biggie and Tupac really is, what really happened. We don't really know the relation. Vlad never took money out my pocket. Shut up. And you know what? You've been saying a lot of stuff I don't like too. So let me let you go. Forever. Yeah. So, and I saw Vlad before too. That ain't, you know, it's on camera. It is what it is. But anyway, the Tupac thing, it's just so much unanswered with that. So that's why people don't like them. You know what I'm saying? That's why people don't like them. People don't like him. You know, yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I don't like, man, so many people have talked bad about Puff over the years, but then when he call them and do that Playboy and man, they go back running too, right? Like I never really seen nobody that really like disliked him and stood on it besides Gene Deal. But everybody else who disliked him over the years and said how much they disliked him and whatever it is, man, they go right back. Everybody go right back. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And yeah. So again, I don't like him. I don't dislike him. I just listen to the music. Now what he did, he brought us a lot of great talent. He brought us a lot of great music. He made hip hop bigger in a sense because it became him with Dre and them. You know, it was just a time where hip hop just became very, very big, where people started selling 5 and 6 million records. Rappers, you know, that was unheard of. You know, and it was just big. And again, we I'm gonna tie this all in at the end, but let me go to Jay-Z and the similarities between them too, because they got a lot of similarities that we don't pay attention to. So with Jay-Z, Jay-Z was always the underdog. Jay-Z, I knew Jay-Z from Brooklyn. I didn't know him personally. He's, you know, we're not peers. We're not in the same age range. You know, I just knew who he was because I seen Video Music Box. Shout out to Ralph McDaniels in Video Music Box, which I grew up on, and you know, I used to watch that every day. So that's the first time I saw Jay-Z, and it was like, oh, he's from Marcy. Oh, Marcy is down there. Oh, Marcy is real. Marcy, you know. So we knew what it is, and he could rap to me. And then I actually did a few shows with Jay-Z, believe it or not. When I was in the group, he was with Original Flavor. We did a show on Long Island. Then after he did I Can't Get With That, he did In My Lifetime. Then he did Ain't No N-Word with Inga. Now Inga's from my neighborhood. I know Inga. Knew her since she was 9. I know Inga, I know Gavin, I know Anton, I know everybody. So I'm like, wow, Inga. Now, another thing, Inga early on, Foxy Brown, Inga, same person, who, again, we grew up together. She used to tell people she was Little Kim at first, because at first we didn't know what Little Kim looked like. Well, I knew what she looked like because we all from the same neighborhood, but she used to tell people she was Little Kim, but that's a whole nother story. So when he did Ain't No N with Inga, it was deep to me because I was like, yo, Foxy, that's, you know, Inga. It's hard for me to call her Foxy because she's Inga, you know what I'm saying? We from the, you know, she's Inga. I knew her since we went to summer camp together, you know what I'm saying? But let's keep it moving. So when he did that, it was kind of close to home because it's people from the hood in this dude video, you know. Then I knew Clark Kent, because Clark Kent is one of, you know, Clark Kent, you know, every bridge in Brooklyn rap goes through Clark Kent. I don't know if people know that. You know, Clark Kent is like the bridge to everybody. You know, everything, all Brooklyn rap has gone through Clark Kent somehow, somewhere. Clark is, you know, it is what it is. But Jay-Z comes out, and he wasn't commercially successful. We loved Reasonable Doubt because Reasonable Doubt was, you know, he was from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? He was from Brooklyn. You know, and he could rap, you know what I'm saying? And he used to run with Kane and Jazzo. I remember him before that, Hawaiian Sophie, which he's not rapping on that song, but he's in the video. Then he did the originators, and then that's how I was like, oh, this dude could rap. So he did his thing. Ain't No was a commercial song. It was on Freeze Records, Priority, mad different labels. Then they did it. Then they put it on the soundtrack, and then that was it. Jay-Z was becoming this guy. Then when I heard Dead Presidents, I was like, yo, wow, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then it had the Nas sample. You know what I'm saying? We love Dead Presidents, because of that's the World Is Yours remix. You know what I'm saying? These glasses make my damn nose itch. But it's the World Is Yours remix. The Q-Tip version is the sample. That's why you hear that snare like that. So Jay-Z starts. He came out. We knew him from Jazzo. We knew Sauce Money was there. And this guy that we knew from Brooklyn, that I knew, was, he's emerging. But then you got Big, you got Nas, you got all types of people, hold on, let me get somebody out the chat room. Here we go, Sigya. I'm a horrible presenter, all that other stuff. Yeah, so, you got all these other rappers who everybody loved, and nobody really revered Jay-Z as this great artist, but other rappers. The general public didn't really know who he was. If you look at early Jay-Z interviews, he was kind of shy. He didn't really look into the camera. I think he could rap, but I didn't think that he really wanted to be a star. I didn't really think he wanted to be a star. So Jay-Z was rejected from the gate. You know what I'm saying? He was rejected from the gate. Nobody, he wrote, and then he started talking his Rockefeller stuff. He was like, what is Rockefeller? Now, I knew who Rockefeller was because he was rich, but here goes Rockefeller, and, then they started doing their thing. So let me fast forward a little bit. They did Brooklyn Finest with Big. Love it. But then I remember a lot of people was, sending little shots at Jay-Z. I felt like 50 Cent, we know definitely did. Then he shot a shot back at 50 Cent. Then he shot, I always felt like Fat Joe. I don't know. I felt like a lot of Fat Joe records was talking about Jay-Z. For real. Then Cuban Link, when I interviewed him, he talked about an incident with Pun and Fat Joe running down on Jay-Z and chasing him. And then somebody else told me of another incident with them that I ain't going to speak about because I didn't get permission to talk about it. So, but yeah. So Jay-Z is emerging as this megastar, but it's after Big dies. Now, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. It could be a little biased. But I always thought Jay-Z was going to be who he was today as far as looked at as a great rapper, a great artist. The mogul and all that, I kind of didn't see that, didn't really care. But as far as him being a great artist, yes, I saw that. I knew that he was going to be a great artist because he could rap. He could rap. Now, the issue that I had early on was, well, where's Jazzo and where's Sauce Money? So enters Jazzo. Now, I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. If you go on Forbes DVD and Jazzo goes in front of Marcy Projects and says happy birthday to Jay-Z on December 4th and then burns the Rockefeller hat, that was my idea to do that. I ain't gonna lie. That was my idea to do that. I called Rec and I said, yo, today is Jay-Z's birthday. Yo, we should get Jazzo to go and Marcy and say happy birthday to Jay-Z and give him the finger. But he probably ain't gonna do it. Rec was like, yo, I'm gonna hit him up. He probably gonna do it. So he was like, yo, he gonna do it. So we did that. You know what I'm saying? I filmed it. edited and everything like that. Yeah, it is what it is. But at that time, when you're creating content, you do different things. I felt like I didn't know Jazzo's story as far as like what the breakup was about, but I felt like this was his mentor, and he should have at least did something. So yeah, I that was my idea. Many things in hip hop culture come from here, but it is what, maybe I reveal certain things and maybe certain things I never will. It ain't about that, but I'm just talking about this because it's relevant to the conversation. So Jay-Z emerges. A lot of people that was with him is not there. Then we enter, the diamond thing is being thrown up. That's another topic that I'll cover one day if I get permission. The diamond thing is being thrown. Then enters Memphis Bleek. Memphis Bleek was supposed to be Jay-Z's little C's. Foxy Brown is supposed to be Jay-Z's little Kim. None of that worked. Well, the diamond, the first time that I saw it, diamonds in the rough. They're in the videos. That's just a fact. There was no Rockefeller. It was diamonds in the rough. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep moving. Into the Philly guys. So here come all the dudes from Philly. Yeah, I said if I got permission, because there's certain things that are street level things that I can't talk about on the internet because certain things got to get rectified in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, some dudes get on here and talk crazy but I follow protocol. But anyway, into the Philly guys. Original Flavor, Ski Beats is definitely responsible for Jay-Z's soundtrack, but we don't know what happened to Ski Beats. He's not around anymore. But we know who Camp Lo is. And when we start listening to Camp Lo, we're like, hold up. Something sound kind of familiar here. Camp Lo, it's starting to sound, some sound kind of familiar. That's another topic. Or if you look at my interview with Sonny Chiba, you can see him talk about that. But let's keep moving. So we got the Philly guys. Emil is there. Emil is gone. Emilion gone. But I felt like the Philly thing really gave a different energy because Philly dudes could rhyme. Philly dudes was on the camera in the 90s rhyming for like 20 hours. When their hair wasn't done, they wasn't fly, they were just rapping. You know what I'm saying? And I respected that. Shout out to Vinny Volts for the donation. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit because I think I've been on here too long and I don't want to drag it out. I could drag it out. So we started seeing the dislike for Jay-Z with Jazzo. Then that song Over by Jazzo. Friends Betrayed by Jazzo. But then he got the Philly dudes to jump on Jazzo. So he didn't really respond. He did like a little intro. But that Jazzo Over, crazy. So Jazzo Then before, well, first that first it was Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get somebody else out of here, because I other people in the chat room could play people running their mouth to them. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be respectful. I gotta let you go. You know what I'm saying? So, you had Jazzo, you had Tupac, you had Jazzo, you had Petey Crack, you had the Locks, you had Fat Joe, you had 50 Cent, you had a lot of people throwing shots at Jay-Z, Mino, but I always felt like Jay-Z, Cameron, Jim Jones, but I always felt like Jay-Z always like never really took nothing straight on Mobb Deep. I never felt like whoa. Let me explain something to y'all. When Prodigy came out, when Shook Ones came out, after Shook Ones hit and he was on Survival of the Fittest, Prodigy was the best rapper in New York City. You can argue with me. You can say whatever you want. Prodigy was the best rapper in New York City. Why? Because that's when Nas went to Nostradamus, and I really wasn't feeling that. I didn't really like the nasty Nas, let's go to. I didn't really like that dude. Prodigy? Prodigy. Whew. Was the best rapper in New York at that time. When he did I Shot Ya, when LL, he was number one to me. So you don't have to agree with me, cool, but Prodigy was number one. When he did by the time he did I Shot Ya with LL, come on, man. Let's keep it moving. So all these people who's coming at Jay-Z, and we're like, everybody that's around him is kind of gone. Him and Nas go at it. And many people, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. This is an argument, a hip hop argument that will go down in hip hop history forever. Forever. I didn't like Ether. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the beat. I didn't like the flow. I just didn't like it. Not to me. But was it a hard hitting diss record? Yes, it was. Was it an effective record? Yes, it was. But I didn't like Ether. I just didn't. That's just me personally. I just never liked that song. It didn't have a flow to me. The beat was garbage to me. You know what I'm saying? It just was just whack to me. You know what I'm saying? And I thought the Stillmatic, where he rhymed to Paid in Full beat by Rakim, that was fire. That H to the Izzo, M to the Izzo, fire. Fire, fire, fire. That right there was the Nas, was incredible to me. The H to the Izzo, the M to the Izzo, fire. Fire. That was just me. So, by on that note, hold on, let me help you. There you go. So, let's keep it moving. So now we have Jay-Z, Big is gone. And I remember, I'm not going to say who it was, but I remember somebody telling me a long, long time ago that they felt it was a conspiracy to get Tupac and Big out of here so Jay-Z could win. Somebody told me that in 2000 and 2000 and what's this, 8? And I was like, huh? I didn't really see that. I didn't really think that. I didn't really agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really agree with that. But, I guess looking now, right? You might be able to make a case for that. But somebody said that to me. You know what I'm saying? And it was somebody that's prominent, that's really known, that was like, yo, I think was a big conspiracy to get to get Tupac and Big out of here so Jay-Z could win. And I was like, huh? And I was like, nah, you bugging. But then I started, as things started transpiring, I was like, maybe it was somebody that I ain't gonna say would know, but it's somebody who's known. I just don't like putting people out there that I ain't speak to about. But I'm not saying I believe it, but this is what was said. So I'm gonna move forward with Jay-Z. The problem that a lot of people had with Jay-Z is that it seems like he uses people. It seems like he uses people, and this is something I was saying back for 20 years. He's like Rogue from the X-Men. If he touches you or he comes around you, he absorbs your style, he absorbs everything about you, and then takes your power, and then you are nothing anymore. So I always felt like he used people. And the people that he used, he discards them after he used them. I felt that way about, I don't know what him and Source Money relationship is. I used to speak to Source Money maybe 5 times a day. I haven't spoken to him in years, but I don't really know what their relationship is. But I know Source played a big role in, his early beginnings. So did Jaz-O. He used the Philly guys. And, it's funny. We could be mad at it. But that's what people be doing. People really be using people. And he's very good at it. And I think the problem that people have with Jay-Z is the same problem that people have with Puff. Jay-Z has never, ever, ever been questioned. He's never answered some of these allegations against him. Now, listen. As a man, according to Beanie Siegel, I'm going to go on record and tell y'all this. And y'all can ask Beanie yourself. I have it on camera. I have it on tape. According to Beanie Siegel, young Chris, and you could tag Beanie in this. You could take this and put it on Instagram, whatever you want to do. According to Beanie Siegel, young Chris nor Jay-Z started the whisper flow. He did. That's just, it is what it is. I have it on tape. I did a little interview with Beans, and he said he's the one who started the whisper flow. It wasn't Chris or Jay-Z. But yeah. So we're in a situation now where everything he touched, everything that he was a part of, it dissolved, just like Puff. Everybody that he was with, they're where they at. He attached himself to situations. He didn't believe in Kanye, and then he believed in Kanye. The thing with Dame Dash, and you know what, man? from a standpoint of somebody who loves music, I feel like both of them, Jay-Z and Puff, they really took from us. I feel like they took from us because there was artists that we liked and we thought could be bigger, and they kind of like discarded them after a while. So they stole good music from us. That's really one of my problems too. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I love this analogy because people do it and I love to shut it down every time. Solo, first the name says people always hate when a black man gets successful. It's the crab in the barrel mentality. So look, right? Let me kill this crab in the barrel thing, and hopefully tonight it will be done with. Crabs in a barrel don't belong in the barrel. That's why they act like that. So if you're a crab and you're in a barrel, you're about to get eaten. You're not in your natural habitat. You do not belong there. So of course they're going to be in there. So you saying that people are crabs in a barrel, you're actually disrespecting them. So stop saying crabs in a barrel. Please. Crabs don't belong in the barrel. But anyway, Rockefeller breaks up. I felt like we lost so much good music with the breakup of Rockefeller. We don't know what happened. We just know one day that it was over. They breaking up and dudes is splitting. And at this time, Dipset is flying high. State property is flying high. Everything is just, great. And we just don't know why this happens. Now, Dame has vaguely answered it, but Jay-Z has never answered what happened with Rockefeller. What happened with Rockefeller? We don't want to hear, oh, that was just a time, we grow, because he's great at dodging. And I love the interview that B. Dot and Elliott Wilson did with him. I felt like B. Dot was more diligent trying to ask the questions. And I felt like Elliott Wilson was just so busy giggling that he just wasn't even asking no real questions. That's just, shout out to Elliott Wilson, but it was bothering me. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like we got jerked out of a lot of good music because these guys, shout out to Marcus Williams. Oh, donation from Nubian Bookstore in Atlanta. Shout out to Nubian Bookstore on Twitter. So I felt like we got jerked on a lot of good music. And then I felt like these two guys were the spearheads of New York hip hop at one point because they were the most successful coming out of New York. And they wasn't signing nothing from New York. They wasn't helping nothing from New York. Mr. Christopher, salute to you for the donation. They wasn't helping nothing from New York. They wasn't helping nothing. And again, you think Kanye is tripping for no reason? Listen, I'm going to tell you what I always thought. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I always felt like there were certain things that was required of Jay-Z to do. And he probably was like, I'm not doing it. But Kanye will do it. I just always, I mean, for real. And you just put, your imagination to that. I always felt like that. Like he's like, I ain't doing it, but Kanye will do it. So I've always felt like Kanye had resentment for that. I feel like Kanye has a certain resentment for Jay-Z because he feels like, yo, you put me out there. You let this industry, you let this happen to me, you let this do this to me, and you knew they was going to do it, and you put me out there. That's just how I always felt. So let me talk about something else. When people say Jay-Z is a part of, this Masonic order and all that other stuff like that, if you look at the handshake between Nas and Jay-Z, Nas ain't a part of it too then? See, because a lot of heat come to Jay-Z and Puff, but Nas be with them too. He be writing the pictures too. He be right there too. So I always wonder why he don't get some of the smoke that Puffy and Jay-Z get. He be right there too. He's in the pictures with them. So my problem is Jay-Z owes answers for a lot of stuff. He really has to do that one interview. It can't be Angie Martina. It can't be nobody who's going to key with him. It can't be. It has to be somebody. And then, you know what? Let me tell you something else. Being that these guys got so much money, they feel like all of us is beneath them. They're not going to answer nothing. And the way I be seeing some dudes wear them, I mean, salute, but the way I see some of the people wear them paper plane hats, come on, man. Y'all got to chill, man. Y'all got to chill. Come on, man. Come on. Now, I don't dislike Jay-Z. I don't dislike Puff. Again, I just listen to the music. The black excellence thing, you can't be black excellence and then be responsible for blocking a lot of black people blessings. That don't make no sense to me. My thing is, I don't expect rappers, singers, entertainers to be political activists. I don't expect them to do things. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't really care. I just listen to the music. That's it. If I don't listen to the music, if I don't like the music, then that's it. I don't care. I don't expect them to hold on. Let me let somebody go really quick. Cause when you in the chat room and you got a lot of hate and you looking at me, I gotta let you go. I gotta, it's Saturday night, man. Go be with a woman. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be here hating on, for me, I'm gonna let you go. But shout out to everybody who's donating the super chat. I see you. Shout out to everybody who possibly send the Cash App and PayPal. I see you. So Jay-Z is disliked. Diddy is disliked. One of the reasons that they're disliked too, unfortunately, is because they're successful. Now, one thing that I do want to take away, and I think we do have to take away, we got to stop saying every successful black man and woman did something foul to get where they're at. I'm not really feeling that. You know what I'm saying? We have to, I think we need to chill with that. And I'm not saying that they didn't, but I'm just saying some people really worked hard. Some people really worked hard. Some people really did what they had to do and got what they get. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So the minute somebody is successful, we can't say, yo, he did this, he did that, he's that, because I just don't think that's fair. Some people really work hard. You know what I'm saying? You have people in Wu-Tang Clan who are very, very successful. We don't know that. We have different people. Method Man is like a big major star on all types of fronts. But he deserved that. He worked hard. We seen that he was a star. RZA. You know what I'm saying? But then it's always gonna be the problem with this. When you are successful, somebody is always gonna come and say that you did this to me and did that to me. And being that they are where they are, people are gonna listen. It is a great storyline to diss Diddy and to diss Jay-Z. It's always going to get views. But again, sometimes you got to check the source. Now, did Jay-Z do a lot of people dirty? Yeah, I felt like he did the fans dirty. I felt like he took good music from us, honestly. Shout out to Jason Totris for the donation. I feel like he took good music from us. I felt like he did a lot of people dirty. I felt like he's very vague. But I don't care about his life. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Iron Lord's podcast. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about his life. I don't care about Beyonce. I'm not gonna disrespect his daughter. I'm not gonna call his daughter. People be talking about how his daughter look. I think that that's kind of foul. If you don't like them, don't like them. But when you start talking about people's kids, that's kind of foul. You know what I'm saying? And I really want to say this. They both are foul to the people that they were foul to. But I just listen to the music and that's it. I don't take anything else from it. I don't follow them. I don't drink what they drink. I don't smoke what they smoke. I don't wear what they wear. And that's it. So the issue that I have also is that when it comes to Puff and Jay-Z, it seemed like they got like a little crew. And what's funny? People are kind of mad, and I seen dudes saying, "Yo, man, I'm getting in that Rock Nation brunch next year," and I'm like, what's the big deal about the Rock Nation brunch? Like, what's the big deal with it? And I just feel like for me, I don't have to be their friend. I don't do no business with them. I'm not on Revolt. I'm not on Tidal or anything like that. I don't have to be nice to them. I don't have to be mean to them. I just listen to the music. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like the music, whatever. But I understand why people don't like them. I understand why people got issues with them. And my issue is solely the fact that they stole good music from us. And I don't like the way people be bowing down to them, but I get it. People respect power. People respect money, clothes. Because when he made the song Money, Cash, and H's, money and cash is the same thing. But that was always kind of weird to me. Money, cash, money, cash. I was like, ain't money and cash the same thing? Why? But anyway. And I just think that they're easy targets. And I think that we're so caught up in disliking people that if somebody just come and say they dislike them and they got like a little inkling of information, we just run with it. Now, for me, they are just this to me, right? You know what this is? To me, they're not even big on the totem pole. They're not even big enough for me to dislike. I don't like their bosses. I don't like their bosses. Because I know that some of the bidding that they do is for people that's higher up. So they don't even, I look past them. But they're pushed in our face because we look at them and we see the success. But it's people that sign their checks. It's people that sign their checks. And then they do the bidding for the people that sign their checks. They know alcoholism, drugs, many things is a problem in our community. I never understood why rappers push liquor. I never understood why rappers push liquor. I never understood that. I never liked that. Even when I did drink, I never thought that we should be influenced with knowing what I know now, knowing how our community is plagued with drugs, crime. I never liked the fact that rappers push liquor. I don't like it. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I never really liked that. I never liked the fact that rappers promote drug use. Like if you go to, some of y'all live in the hood. Some of y'all from the hood. But if you go to certain hoods, you just like, what year is this? It's like, man, it seemed like we in the 80s or something like that. So at the end of it all, if you do all these things that harm your community for money, that's what selling your soul is. See, people think selling your soul is you went, you did this, you did that. No, selling your soul is selling your soul for money. Right? You do anything for money. You get money, you get rich, and then you brag of how rich you are, but how did you get the money? Now let me show y'all something. That's what selling your soul is. So now we're at a point, because Ali Vegas made the analogy, they use rap like how they did crack. They just they took the crack out and put the rap on us. So now like everybody's like a crack baby or a crack user because of rap. You never seen a time where everybody thought they can do something, and even people that can't do it think they could do it, and they get allowed to do it if they're going to help push the agenda, right? It's not about talent anymore. It's not about who's nice. It's not about who can rap. It's about, are you going to go get with the program? Are you going to say certain things that we need you to say? Do you know that when you go into certain record labels and you talk to certain dudes, it is an old white man telling you that's not going to sell. That's not going to do this. And you like, how would you know? You ain't from the hood. You never been to the hood. So that's why when they do all this crazy reckless stuff, who okayed that? So now look, you sign a record deal. The record company gets you the car. So they got a relationship with the dealership. They get you a home. So they got a relationship with the realtor. They get you jewelry. So they got a relationship with the jewelry store. They get you an agent. So they got a relationship with the agent. Now, what's the problem with all of that? They do your merch. What's the problem with all that? They all down together. They all down together. So you come into the situation, you've already been set up. You already been set up to fail. Why is it that every young rapper who came out within the last 10 years has been to jail or in jail right now? They have either been to jail, locked up for something crazy, or they're in jail right now. Name them. Or got killed. Think about it. It's all a game. Puff and Jay-Z are so powerful, they should have stopped a lot of the game that was happening to young black men and women if you're for black excellence. They should have stopped it. They should have came in and said, whoa, 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 whoa. Tell young boy he wildin'. Tell young boy to go clean himself up. He talented. They just sit back and watch. And the youth is getting dumber. And they getting richer. So it's like all like a big scheme for everybody to stay rich. And the same players have been in the game for so long. The same, like, how have you been a record exec for 42 years? 42 years. 42 years. J. Cole comes, right? J. Cole comes and he comes with conscious hip hop, right? But then Jay-Z don't do no songs with him. He don't even stand with him. Huh? How is it somebody that come, you know, trying to push the envelope and go a certain way with the content, you don't do no song with them? It's almost like you don't even push them. It's like you don't even know them. But then you go, you do 444. Do 444. Think about it. Now, what is selling your soul? These are two dudes who are kind of rejected by the industry, right? They're rejected by the industry. So I don't know if you know the sucker who becomes a police officer. He's going to be overzealous. He's going to be crazy because he was a sucker, but now he's in a position of power. Look at the fact of how all the Jay-Z enemies, everybody who ever talked bad about him, everybody who had a problem with him, signed to him on Rock Nation. But everybody that he kind of came in with and so-called don't have a problem with, they're not there with him. Now think about this, right? What's the difference between an enemy and a former friend that becomes an enemy? What's the difference between an enemy that becomes your friend and the friend that becomes an enemy? What's the difference? Know what the difference is? There is no difference. Once an enemy, always an enemy. But now I control the situations. So why did so many people sign to Rock Nation? Well, I don't know if y'all know, Live Nation runs all at this particular time. Early on, Rock Nation ran all the club dates, everything. You could not get any shows if you couldn't go through Live Nation. You couldn't get on nothing if you wasn't going through Live Nation. You couldn't. So people were signing Rock Nation because they was getting shows. How do people eat? They do it through their shows. When COVID hit, nobody could do no shows, so they started doing a get on his mixtape scam. I already broke that down. So you have these guys who have been rejected by the industry and they feel like they don't owe anybody anything. And at the same time, they really don't. They don't. Y'all saying Ghost and Ray was enemies. Again, you don't know what you're talking about, because it wasn't Ghost and Ray. It was Ghost and Power. But we'll reveal that soon too. Ghost, Face, and Raekwon wasn't enemies. It was Ghost and Power. Y'all watch too many movies. But I want to say this before I get up out of here. Just listen to the music or don't. Just listen to the music or don't. Don't put too much pressure. Don't expect nothing from these celebrities, because they're in it for themselves. They're in it for their money. He said, and his kids in the house drinking liquid gold. Some kids don't got water, right? You know what I'm saying? So the funny thing also is that when I look at them, I see so many people, then they monopolized media, right? They monopolized either You're Entitled or Revolt or Mass Appeal. That was a monopoly. You don't think they sat down together and said, yo, we gonna monopolize this, and then we gonna move players around, and then you start seeing people getting in these situations. You was like, yo, why is he here? Why is he here? Why is they there? Because they was their friends. They was their friends. You know what I'm saying? And then, yo, it just is what it is. So for me, I could be wrong, but I don't see nobody doing well at Rock Nation. I don't see how it's beneficial for anybody. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But I don't see how nobody really, I don't, it is what it is. I do like, the record label that I do like is called Mellow Man Music Group. That's what Apollo Brown puts a lot of music out on, Odyssey. I like Mellow Man Music Group. I really like that label. But the record label thing is pretty much dead. I be seeing dudes say, yo, when I get the deal, you're not getting no deal. Before I go, I do want to say this about people selling their soul for money, right? Let me explain something to y'all. People are really going at people for selling their soul, and I don't think y'all understand right now that there is no boundaries with people selling their soul anymore, because a lot of these people are doing anything for money. You see OnlyFans is high. You see so much where it don't even matter no more. There is no more MVP. You know what MVP is? Morals, values, and principles. Everything is about the money. There's people who come before here and sit before y'all and just say, hit that like, send that donation, hit that Cash App. And you like, what am I donating to? What am I liking? They've never provided you any content. You see people dying. Dying. Literally. Dying. Taking drugs and dying to be famous for a little while. And they dying. They dead. We see all types of stuff. So it's like, if we're going to keep it real, a lot of people are selling their soul for money because they don't care. I know women who was respectable. Now they get naked on OnlyFans. This was before the pandemic, because I don't want to hear the pandemic. Because the pandemic, a lot of people, somebody said Doggy really sent Jay-Z to, I did do that. Whatever. But, people were doing the most. People was doing the most. People are doing the most right now. And, when it comes to soul, I did a video on this. What is selling your soul? You can't sell out people who don't care about you anyway, though. So with them two, they were rejected by everybody, and then they end up rising to power. So they're gonna abuse the power. I told y'all in the last video, if y'all watched, about what a vampire is. A vampire has nothing to do with sexual preference. It has nothing to do with anything. It's about power. And with these dudes, it's about power. And they rose to be the two most powerful men in this industry, where you starting to see people that dislike them. That's just, yo, I'm not saying when you dislike somebody, you don't get along with them forever. I'm not saying that. But it's kind of sickening to look at a little bit. It's like, yo, come on, man. I never called him like Hove. Yo, Jay. I just never did all of that. I never had a paper plane hat. I just never did none of that stuff. I just listened to the music. I had Rockaway clothes before. I had Rockaway clothes because I liked the movement. You know what I'm saying? But I just, I think we can like what dudes are doing, but the bowing down, yo, man. Woo! The bowing down. Could we get those likes up too? I'm gonna ask for likes. Could we get them likes? We got 1,800 people in the room. We got 500 likes. Could we get to 1,000? Could we get to a stack? You know what I'm saying? I don't ask for much. If you want to send a Cash App, if you want to send anything, but I do want to say this. I'm gonna close out on those two dudes. Love them or hate them. They here, so somebody said you spent talking in circles, and I thought you was gonna drop some bombs. So you came here for gossip. You said the stuff that we already knew. I never said I was gonna gossip about them. I was telling you why people don't like them. Some people don't know who I am, but this is my channel. See, just shut up. Know what I'm saying? Just shut up. It is what it is. But shout out to y'all. Could y'all get them likes up? Thank you. They didn't monetize my last video. Doggy, do you know cheese? What cheese? I don't know. Only cheese I know passed away a long time ago. I'm gonna talk to y'all in the chat room before I really go. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. I see you. Shout out to everybody who's supporting. Shout out to everybody who hit them like. We at 600 right now. Could we get to 1,000? 364 more likes. Yes. Prince Lex. Also, listen, y'all. At the end of the day, right? When you gonna get into this industry, you gotta deal with with certain things you gotta deal with. Do you really, 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 really want to deal with certain stuff? You gotta question yourself. You really gotta question yourself. And you see the way people are doing anything for money. It's gonna get worse, man. Shout out to Gigi Broadway for the donation. It is going to get worse. We ain't even seen. Shout out to Morris World TV, Talk Bay. It is going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Somebody's asking Swirl Girl, who blackballed Nicki? I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. I think Nicki Minaj kind of blackballed herself because she wasn't nice to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't nice to a lot of people. I think she was a little too busy. I mean, she was very on her business, but I think she was nasty to some people along the way. And I think that kind of hurt her. But it's with me, I like to come on here and talk to y'all and build with y'all, but I don't really And people, some people could say that I'm gossiping or whatever the case may be. I'm talking about what I know. I'm talking about firsthand experience. Like, some dudes is really, really in my crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really, really know a lot of these rappers. So I'm not here gossiping. I didn't even kick nobody back in. I didn't even tell you. I never said F Jay-Z. I never said F Puff. What I said was, I just listen to the music. They can't influence me or anything. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Yeah, Nicki is yeah, she's kind of, and you got to remember too, right? With Nicki, I think Cardi B was everything that Nicki wasn't. And that doesn't mean she's a better artist than Nicki, because I don't think she is. But she was nice to people. She was very, very humble. And and Nicki was just really on some, yo, F this, and F that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what really, when you in this industry and you a certain way, man, they going to get you out of here. And then she found a way to get her leverage up. You know what I'm saying? She found a way to get her leverage up. Before I go, I was going to do a whole show on this, but I'm not going to, because I know this video is going to get a lot of views, and I want to say this in this show. Very important to me. I was going to do a whole show on it, but I'm not. This certain artist that I really want to see get a, I don't want to say a second chance, but I want to see rise to prominence again. And I want to see them really get a push and recognition from people. And it's just certain artists that I think really, really deserve to be a household name. And I want to start with Rock Marciano. I think Rock Marciano is dope. I think Rock Marciano need to be recognized by all. I think Rock Marciano actually fathered the style that you see a lot of people doing, as far as the rhymes with no drums in it. A lot of the beats with no drums. That's Rock Marciano. So I think Rock Marciano deserves that. Also, somebody who been killing it, Dragon, man. Like, Dragon could rap. I really want to see, I just want to see Dragon just do a project with somebody, and just really, I think the best of Dragon we never really got to see. And I hope that he gets a chance one day to, be at his best, and we get to see the best of Dragon. Cause I feel like he could rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dragon could really, really rhyme. Who else did I have on this list? I had Rock Marciano. I had Dragon. Another one, and I might be a little biased, but it's the truth. OC. OC is dope, man. From his Word Life album to Jewel's, I think OC is incredible. You know what I'm saying? I think OC is incredible writer, incredible artist, incredible beat picker, incredible this all around dope dude. You know what I'm saying? I wish, one day everybody know who OC is. Another one, and this one is, Cormega. I'm happy to see Cormega and Nas back together, because I think that some people didn't want to like Cormega because they were Nas fans, and Nas and Cormega was beefing, according to what the public thought. So they pick and chose. But Cormega, A lot of those beats that you hear, a lot of those samples that you hear come from Cormega. Cormega did them first. Go back and listen to them projects. The I can name so many songs that Cormega did that the samples was his first. Cormega for sure. I had one more. So I had OC, Rock Marciano, Drag On, Cormega, and my last one that I had, who was it? Damn, it's eluding me right now. Oh, it's an artist from Brooklyn. Y'all might not know who he is, but he's from Coney Island, and he go by the name of Nims. I think Nims is dope. I really like Nims. He go by Gorilla Nims too. So if you get a chance, look up Nims. Nims is dope. You know what I'm saying? So if you get a chance, look up Nims. I really like Nims. You know, so yeah. I think Nims is real dope. So yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I think some of these artists are dope. Not that they need anything. Not that I'm not saying they're broke. I'm not saying that I just think that they're underrated. But I just think that people should really, you know, I wish they were. Nims is Nems. Nems. You know what I'm saying? So, before I go, I'm going to holler at y'all in the chat room. And I'm going to go, infamous Flea Lord, El Camino, infamous Flea Lord, Shay Noir had album of the year to me. I don't care what none of y'all say. Shay Noir had album of the year. You could say whoever you want to say. That was my favorite album. Shay Noir and Apollo Brown. So, shout out to y'all in the chat room, man. Rest in peace, Fred the Godson. I think I gave him a nice tribute when I said rest in perfection. I actually knew the dopest rapper who you don't really hear a lot of songs from. Yo, Petey Crack. Petey Crack. Yo. Man. Crack, if you watching this, please let some of them songs go. Petey Crack. Another one. Oh, whoa. Another one. What I heard, what I know. Sauce Money got some smokers. Yo, some of the most incredible songs I ever heard in my life. He got them. I'm telling y'all, he got them. He got them. Yeah, Meek Mill definitely took one of Petey Crack's flows, but Petey Crack got mad flows. You know what I'm saying? Petey Crack got mad flows. So, it is what it is, man. There's so many of y'all in the room, man. I kind of don't want to leave y'all, but I kind of want to leave on a good note, positive note. You know, shout out to y'all for being here with me. Shout out to y'all for rocking with me. But Drag On, man. Drag On is fire. Nims, I really like Nims. He from Brooklyn too. He's my favorite rapper from Coney Island. So you see, somebody said in the chat room, Wolfman Chase, $500,000. Go listen to any $500,000 verses. Go listen to any $500,000 verses. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. I don't like, you know what I don't like? And I could be alone in this. I don't like part 1 and part 2s of albums. I don't really like that. I like when a person does an album and it's perfect and they leave it and then they just create something else perfect. I don't like when people do an album and then do like part 1, part 2 and all. I really don't like that. You know, so a lot of people be calling for me to interview Ali Vegas again. And as much as I want to interview him again, as much as we should do a follow-up show, I feel like The Ali Vegas interview is this. It's the Jordan at the fadeaway. I don't want to mess with that again. You know what I'm saying? I just 4.3 million views. Come on, man. We can't top that. And no matter who he go to, you ain't topping that. Let them just go back. Shout out to Ali Vegas too. The real Ali Vegas on Instagram. Make sure you follow Ali Vegas. Solid dude, could rap crazy. And why y'all keep asking me to interview Jaguar Wright? I don't want to interview Jaguar Wright. I really don't. Be real with you, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I think she's telling her story. What I got to interview her for? She's telling her story. I don't think I'm going to ask her anything that she's not already telling. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Somebody said, why don't you just shout out the old folks home of rap? What are you talking about? See, that's why sometimes I don't like talking to people in the chat room. NEMS is NEMS though. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I interviewed Ali Vegas, then he went over, he did the Queen's Flip, shout out to that, but come on, man. It was already, come on, man. It was already like, it was done. You know what I'm saying? It was done. Shout out to MOP too, man. Me and Little Fame, I knew Little Fame since 1991. Little Fame used to come to my crib a lot too. Tech from Smith & Wesson used to come to my crib every day. Aguilar used to come to my crib every day. Sean Price. You know it was so dope, man, because I had a crib where I lived at in Brooklyn, and I was doing beats, and everybody used to come to my crib. You know, Easy Mo B. So many people used to come to my crib. You know what I'm saying? Smoke Dizzle, that Don't Smoke Rock project was fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm still only at 700 likes. Come on, man. What we doing? Can I get to that stack? Because people about to just start leaving. They like, yo, he ain't talking about Diddy and Jay-Z no more. I'm out. But yo, listen though, right? Let me say something to y'all too, right? I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if y'all know this. I got Source Money interviews right on this channel too. Source Money talks about Jay-Z and DMX pool table battle. Let me say something to y'all too, right? Somebody said Deceps. What's going on? Like, I used to have beef with Deceps. But I love somebody said F Jay-Z and Diddy. Yeah, Ali Vegas is just, yo, Ali Vegas can rhyme too, man. Ali Vegas can rhyme. But what's up with the female rappers? I want to hear a female rapper, right? Oh, I remember I talked to Tech and Steel about doing the video for I Love You by Mary J. Blige. I thought that would have been dope. I shine, you shine. We ain't never do it, but I thought that would have been dope. Yo, you know what who's Rosewood? Why y'all keep saying Rosewood? Who's Rosewood? Is this somebody I should look up for? Rosewood? Who's Rosewood? Black Barbies. I don't know who some of these people you talking about. Yo, the Ali Vegas podcast is not on iTunes too. I don't know what happened. It's not on iTunes no more. I don't know what happened. I'm re-uploading that. The Ali Vegas full interview is not on it's not on iTunes no more. The full Ali Vegas interview is not on iTunes. I gotta put that back up. Who took my interview off iTunes? My favorite rapper from D Block is Large Amount. Write it down, take a picture, I don't care. Large Amount was my favorite. Large Amount. Can I get a female rapper that won't talk about they box? Know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I want a female rapper that don't say my P-U-S-S-Y, one rap. Know what I'm saying? I haven't spoken to Papoose in like 9 years. What do you want me to do? Anyway, I gotta go. Nah. Don't say, listen, I don't want to diss her, but I just think Rhapsody is boring. I know y'all gonna get mad. I know y'all gonna hate me for that, but I just think she's boring. You know what it is, right? At one point, we used to say a person got flavor. Flavor meant their voice and their style was so commanding and the way they rap was just so dope. I don't really get that from Rhapsody. It's a little boring to me. That's just me. I like the production, but the shit is boring. So you even made me curse. I done went the whole time without cursing. 901 Memphis. So yo, it's a lot of people. If y'all listen back to my Nobody in This Industry Is Your Friends. It's a lot of people that I used to, deal with that I, thought I was, I thought I had a good rapport with, but, I guess I really didn't. And, they, I don't know. So I don't really, people don't talk about me. I don't talk about them. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, so I'm not going to be sitting here bigging people up. I bigged up OC, because I think he's incredible. I bigged up Cormega because I haven't even spoken to Cormega in a long time, but Cormega is incredible. I like Nims. I haven't even spoken to Nims in a while. And Dragon, I don't even know Dragon at all. But that's just dudes that I just think is dope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's another rapper that I really, really like. Snow the Product. But you know what, dude? Though? Hold on, man. I do gotta say this before I go. I think this is very, very important. I think we really, really have to start enjoying the music a little bit more. And I think we are a little too critical of the music to where we're not even enjoying the music anymore. Yo, let me tell y'all another secret. You can ask her too. When I was 15, I was Roxanne Shantae's tour DJ for 30 shows. I was 15 years old. This is a fact. Yeah. So she kind of raised me in hip hop too. Know what I'm saying? Yo, my favorite Clue freestyle is Shootouts freestyle with Nature and Nas. I tried to get Nature to shoot a video for that. He didn't want to do it. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Yeah, I was Roxanne Shantae's tour DJ. It was dope. I had parental. Yeah, I had did I have to get? No, I had a guardian. Fly Tie from Coachella was my guardian, and Trackmasters was my guardian. Yeah, they was my guardian on tour. Yep. So it is what it is. Yo, why somebody keeps saying Black Barbie Mafia? Who is Black Barbie Mafia? What is that? And where you get all these emojis from? Yo, I only got like 700 something likes, man. I'm out. I ain't really too happy. I told y'all to get me to a stack. Can't even get 1,000. Oh. Greatest DJ. DJ Scratch. I seen somebody say DJ Scratch. DJ Scratch, great producer. And oh, somebody said I'm from Wyckoff. Okay, I went to Sarah J. Now I don't DJ no more. I just produce podcasts and do all types of stuff. Now, I don't DJ no more. I have drum machines and all types of stuff around here too. I need to hook that up. You know what I'm saying? But DJ Scratch, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn. But yo, could y'all hit the like? Oh, we at 800. I'm happy about that. Shout out to AA Rashid. Shout out to AA Rashid. His name is AA Rashid Art on Instagram. Make sure y'all go there and shout him out. He's brilliant. Brilliant. You know, my PD Crack interview is not on iTunes either. A few interviews that I did that was kind of crazy. I don't know, somehow they're off iTunes. So I got to go make sure that they're back. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said Fulton and St. James. If you from Fulton and St. James, I got to know you. That's my hood. You know what I'm saying? Best club in New York City, the Tunnel. If you wanted to wild, I'm from Brooklyn, so yeah, but my favorite club in New York City, even though I was too young to be going in clubs, used to be the Muse and Home Base, because I seen a lot of dope shows there. You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of dope shows in the Muse and Home Base when I was young. I mean, I seen Large Professor perform Faking the Funk. I seen Daz Effects perform They Want Effects. Somebody said don't look up that bar. Oh, it's something flagrant? Because if it's something flagrant and they keep saying that, then I'm going to have to, dub them out of my room. I ain't with all that flagrant stuff. We not doing. I was in the Ark too. Oh, you just moved back there? Was there 6 years? Okay. Oh, I'm not looking at none of that crazy stuff. So look, also shop.Doggie Diamonds TV. I have a hoodie pint in the thing. If you want a hoodie, you could get that. Super chat is available. If you want to send something to my super chat, you can do that. If you want to send something to my Cash App, you can do that too. Everything is basically an open book with me. I'm on all social media. Shout out to everybody who's been following me lately. All my followers went up on all social medias. Something is wrong with my Twitter too. No matter how many Twitter followers I get, it never goes up. The number just doesn't change. So whatever that's all about, I don't know what that's about, but I ain't really feeling it. But it is what it is. If you tweet me, I do respond. If you talk to me disrespectfully, aggression get met with aggression. So if you talk to me crazy, I will respond back crazy. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. I'm going to Cali the 30th of this month. I'm going to Cali. So yeah. But by the time like Ciroc and all that started getting really, really popular, and Patron, which Patron is not new. Y'all just think it's new. But if you listen to the Brat and Sock It To Me, she said Patron in that song. You know what I'm saying? So that Patron is not new. But the people are filing out. It is midnight. I've been on here for 2 hours and 19 minutes. I did not want to keep y'all on here long. They didn't monetize my last video with the Meg Thee Stallion thing. YouTube, y'all some whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna definitely be back. Oh, before I go too, I'm about to definitely somebody said what? You hating on Big Man Get Down with Trap. What do you shut up? I don't even know what you're talking about. Anyway, I'm about to Why I never talk about fashion? I don't know. I ain't into fashion. I wear a black T-shirt and a hat. I ain't really into fashion like that. I only wear black clothing designer stuff. Um if you are a black person and you got clothes, you send me your clothes, I wear them. I ain't really into all the fashion stuff. I mean, the most fashionable thing that I might have on, honestly, be my shades. These are Ray-Bans. I got mad pairs of Versace shades and different stuff, but I'm not really into fashion like that. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm from Brooklyn. That new fashion stuff started after a while, but Brooklyn, we used to just be hoodies, a Carhartt, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But listen to Sock It To Me. Look at the Brat rhyme. Listen to the Brat rhyme. She says Patron, but she said Patron. She didn't know how to pronounce it. You know what I'm saying? So we had 800 likes. And I wear the shades because I don't know if y'all can see, but these lights are bright. You know what I'm saying? These lights are very, very bright. But I ain't really into fashion like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they took my stuff off I think they did take my stuff off iTunes, but I'm gonna put it back up. It is what it is. I want to say this too before I go. Last thing I'm saying. Shout out to y'all. Polo is definitely some Brooklyn thing, but I never been into polo like that. The beat making stuff, I'm really, really going to start doing the beats thing with a lot of producers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sakura for the donation. I'm really, really going to start doing that. So really soon, I'm going to start taking submissions and playing new producers' beats on my lives. I'm definitely going to do that soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm just working on that. If you want to do any business with me, the email is info@Is Doggie Diamonds TV. Send me your music. I'm going to ignore you. You want any promotion? You want anything with me? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all for dealing with me tonight, dealing with my, I get a lot of love, and forgive me for gravitating towards the dislike more than I do the like. Pardon me, but that's just a bad habit that most of us have that I'm really trying to break myself out of, because I will go and attack and yell at a hater before I respond to the people who show me love. So pardon me for that. You know what I'm saying? Pardon me for doing that. I got to stop doing that. I just got to block haters and people who dislike and got all the crazy stuff to say. I just got to get you out of here. So, yeah, shout out to y'all, man. I got to go. Shout out to Urban X Podcast too. Black Dot and Malcolm. It's definitely my that's my family right there. We're trying to find a way to do something together. And we're gonna work that out. But shout out to Black Dot and Malcolm, Urban X Podcast. I can say that, and the Gangster Chronicles are probably the only YouTubes you'll ever really hear me endorse. You know what I'm saying? Because Black Dot, definitely genuine. Definitely a genuine dude, and definitely knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Saturday. What's the day? I don't even be knowing the days. Every day is a Friday for me. You gotta love life. Every day is Friday. So if y'all could get my likes up. Again, I'm on all social media. If you go down in the description box, I'm on everything. Everything. You can get in contact with me. If you hit me on Instagram, you hit me anywhere, I respond, as long as you ain't disrespectful. But if you want to do business, I'm all for the business. I just ain't doing no weirdo stuff. I ain't doing no sucker stuff. I ain't doing nothing crazy for no money. You know what I'm saying? But the beat making and the beat stuff, that is coming. I'm working on that. I just got to get some artwork together and a little theme for that. And I want to do it every week where we play new beats from new producers. You know what I'm saying? I would play songs, but a lot of times people play songs and then they be then they be on some copyright stuff, so I don't do that. Somebody said the Gangster Chronicles fell way off. I like the fact that you said that the Gangster Chronicles fell off, because the Gangster Chronicles didn't fall off. What happened with the Gangster Chronicles is the production stopped because the Gangster Chronicles is on iHeart now. The Gangster Chronicles is on iHeart. So we had to stop production and relaunch. That's what happened with the Gangster Chronicles. So the relaunch is coming. We did the deal with Charlemagne on the Black Effect podcast network for the Gangster Chronicles. It's on iHeart. So it's about the relaunch. So, it ain't fall off. Just fell back. It ain't fall off. It just fell back. Sometimes you got to take a step back to come forth, So it is what it is. I answer, you send me a DM for business, I'd answer, answer all DMs for business, It is what it is. So, yo, man, yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, so, they even said, I remember when they had the nerve to say I fell off. I'm like, how could I fall off? I'm one of the founders of all this. I could never fall off. I'm always plotting, planning, and executing. You know what I'm saying? I could never fall off. You know what I'm saying? Oh, nobody cares about dudes. So anyway, right. Let me get you up out of here then. Because I be, some dudes on YouTube be having their little minions and they send them. Anyway. What? Somebody said, did he eat a cereal with a fork? Then drink the milk out the bowl? Nah, nobody said that. Come on, man. You keep saying stream this Kim album. Stop that. Cut it out. Salute the little Kim. We love her, but you killing me right now. We don't even know what Kim album you talking about. You just keep saying stream Kim's album. Stream Kim's album. Stream. Come on, man. Oh, you said it again? All right, you don't respect what I'm saying to you? Deuces. No Chris Brown. So, yo, on that note, man. Oh, I ain't even do my voice today.
I am out of here. I gotta go. So what I'm gonna do is probably on my next show, I'm gonna open the phone lines and have y'all call in. The first person that curse, you out of here like last year. Now I gotta go, man.
I'ma holler at y'all, man. I'm out. Peace, man. I'm crazy.